how much money did you spend at Disney? I don't want to talk about it. How bad is it? It's bad. It's real bad. So recently me and my family decided we were going to go to Disney World. Well, as it goes with Disney World, we spent so much money. I got a lot of cool stuff out of it. It is hard to see that paycheck after the fact, but hey, we are going to be looking at some of the stuff that I actually got at Disney, and a lot of it's super cool, and I do want to really show it. Now, I got a very wide variety, if I can speak, of stuff, from puzzles to blankets to lightsabers and more. Now, if that and more didn't entice you enough, let me just say, and more. I knew that would get you. Alright, we're gonna do some puzzles first, starting with this Avengers puzzle that is front and back. Now, looking at this, we've got Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, Black Panther, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, Vision, and Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon. On the other side, we have Thanos, and that's the only character we can see. Now, this is one of two double-sided puzzles I got, and as you can see, somewhere around here, let's take it to the big board here and show that this is 1,000 pieces, 4 taps for 4 digits of puzzle pieces. I don't know what it was about this trip, but I ended up getting a lot of puzzles, and a lot of them were these 1,000 piece puzzles. So I believe we'll do the math by the end of the video, but it's over 10,000 puzzle pieces here to accomplish completely finishing them all. Setting this to the side, I want to move on to the Star Wars puzzles. Now, this is Leia, Organa, and in the background here, it looks like we've got Bespin on the Cloud City. And we've got a Tantive glass right here, I just noticed. And that is also 1,000 pieces. Really sitting these off to the side here. Alright, it has been set to the side, and we get to move on to Boba Fett, another 1,000 piece puzzle. Now, this has Boba Fett, and it has his ship, Slave One. And this appears to be also Bespin, and the way I'm making that assumption is right here in the background, right here. Those are the ships that brought in the Millennium Falcon when they got into the Bespin territory. Now we get into one of the cooler ones, one of the last puzzles I actually bought. It was on my way out of Magic Kingdom, and it's for the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. Darth Maul. This is such a cool puzzle that I'm so glad I found on the way out. It's another 1,000 piece, bringing our total up to 4,000 total puzzle pieces here. But yeah, it gives me just, the word that comes to mind with this is grunge. I don't even know why, but it's just this like dark, almost disgusting, but in like the most literal sense of the term, but also in a cool way, little art piece of Darth Maul. And as you can see here, it's got the 25th anniversary sticker on it. Now, this one I got pretty early on in the trip. This is another 1,000 piecer, making our total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000. And this one, of course, is Darth Vader. And you're probably wondering at this point, why did you buy? Well, we're at 5,000 right now, but we're not done. Why would you buy so many puzzles? And I mean, did you see them? Those things are cool. I like doing puzzles. I've never done anything above 150 pieces, so these should be interesting and should really get under my skin in all the worst ways possible. And as I say that, I want to move on to the next puzzle, which I still to this day cannot figure out, or have not figured out, if this 500 piece puzzle, these 4 puzzles are 500 pieces. So this is of the Mandalorian, as seen right there. We've got Grogu, Ahsoka, and then a Grogu poster, Grogu eating, and Grogu making a little friend there. And next we have, I know, we're up to 7,000 and I just said the next word, but we do have 4 more in this pack. We've got the Mandalorian, we've got, this really looks like when it was Baby Yoda still, but Grogu. We've got the Rhinoceros, and then we've got Mando, Grogu, and Grogu sipping his little tea. And you can't see it, but right off screen on my desk is these 9,000 pieces of puzzles. And it is stacked right about to halfway through this mic, so right about to this area right here. And you know what? We're going to add to that by taking a break from the Star Wars stuff, because you know, Scotty, I got so much Star Wars stuff. But my underrated love is Avatar. This front and back puzzle was what really set off my spree of puzzles. Because you can see this is Pandora during the day and Pandora during the night. And it is 1,000 pieces, officially crossing us into the 10,000 puzzle piece territory. And lucky for us, I've only got one more puzzle, and it is the Pandora landscape 1,000 piece, bringing our total up to 11,000, spanning 3 genres. Well, genres is a little rough, spanning 3 franchises. There's something underratedly soothing about puzzle pieces, in my opinion. Alright. Sticking with that same energy, we've got the Frontiers of Pandora blanket. And I can't explain to you how soft this blanket is. It's not like a fuzzy soft, it's just like the perfect like hugging softness, if you like know what I mean right there. And yes, I used the word like. I actually turned a little bit into Shaggy from Scooby-Doo while I was gone. So if I say like a couple times, like sorry man. There we go. And this is the design on it. It's the same as the last puzzle we saw, or it's at least on those same guidelines of Pandora. And I believe these are the Hallelujah Mountains, and this is their sacred place down here, with a helicopter, some Ekrons, and the bioluminescent plants of Pandora, which are such a vibe. Especially at night in Disney, seeing them glow is amazing. Not me deciding what to show you next, but I do want to point out I have completed my journey, my mission to make all 4 Star Wars lightsabers at Disney World, or Disney parks in general. Because one of them was made in Disneyland in California. But this, by far, is the coolest lightsaber I've made. And I guess we saved the best for last. Because here we have the High Republic Protection and Justice lightsaber with the little switch right here. Now, the gold and the silver very much complement each other on this lightsaber, and I'm actually very glad because I have a red lightsaber, a green lightsaber, a blue lightsaber, and finally, this is the lightsaber I ended off with getting the purple kyber crystal. If you've seen old videos, you know I have a bunch of other colors. I purchased the other colors minus the black kyber crystal. Still haven't found that, but also not super looking. I don't want to get into that whole like mystery box aspect of it, but this is very cool. I love this top part, how it kind of, there's a little gap here, and then just overall the design. Now, when I was working on building the lightsaber, the Jedi Master, or the Jedi Knight that was helping me build my lightsaber, was telling me that this lightsaber tells a story. and it tells this top part of the day cycle, and basically the sun never setting on the High Republic. Basically, the High Republic was a good period in the most layman's terms that I can possibly think of. And down here we've got some engravings, along with some Star Wars writing. I would assume it says High Republic, but I do not speak Star Wars Basic. I know. It's crazy. Me, of all people. But that wasn't the only thing. There's so many cool things. And actually, I want to move to a droid. Now, this is a droid we're not all super used to, but this is it. The Chandrilla Starline SK620. This blue, orangish brown, and white droid came from the Star Wars Hotel. Now, when I first heard that the Star Wars Hotel was being discontinued, my first thought honestly was, man, that's unfortunate that I didn't get to go to it. But my second thought was, when I go to Disney, there's going to be, or there might be, some really good deals on this type of stuff. And I ended up saving quite a bit of money on this, finding this in a Disney outlet. And outlet malls are just the bee's knees down there. If you've ever seen School of Rock, I don't know why, but Jack Black's line there is the bee's knees really just came into my head like that. It's living rent free there now. Alright. We've seen so much stuff, and we've got 3, maybe 4, depending on how you count it, more items. Now, I've got item number 1, item number 2, item number 3, and we'll start with item number 4. No. Item number 4 will give away item number 1. So why not get into item number 1? The thing that in the store where I bought it, the workers were very cautious of what people were doing with it. And that is the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet. Now, this thing was so cool when I first saw it, and it is still cool now. I'm not gonna lie, I had a very hard time choosing which gauntlet I wanted. It really did come down to Iron Man is right-handed, where Thanos and Black Panther, the one I actually originally wanted, are both left-handed. And it's a little hard to hold these fingers down, because that's basically what my hand is doing in the suit, is applying a lot of pressure and pulling switches down. Before I give myself a hand cramp, let's talk a little bit here. Sounds good. But this was very cool, to be fair. I wanted the Black Panther because it looked very sleek in design. The Iron Man seems like a little bulky, where the Black Panther one just looked so sleek. But I do not hate my choice at all here. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots for infinity stones. And on that same note, we have the infinity stones. This was the item number 4 I alluded to. We've got the green, the purple, the blue, red, orange, and finally yellow. Here on the side we got a little semblance of what they would look like. And now we get our handy dandy knife. And open these up. Now, I have not personally seen these yet either, so this will be an experience for both of us. That is pretty cool if I do say so myself. This is what the packaging looks like inside. We've got blue, red, purple, and traveling to the other side of the color spectrum, we've got orange, yellow, and green. To be fair, the color spectrum is these 3 and then these 3. However, here we are, like Sorry Man. So, I hyped up 4 items and that was 2. So I know you're wondering, and I'm sure I'm wondering because I'm just as confused. Just kidding. I do have 3 items left. Look at me capping to you. But we will start with the new mystery item that I completely forgot about. And I'm sure my ring light will let you know where it is exactly. But we've got the Tron Light Cycle helmet. When I first saw this, I thought there's no way I can get that. It's gonna be too expensive. And it was actually pretty reasonably priced. Especially for how cool it is. So, these lights do actually light up. Basically what you'll do is hit this ear right here, and there will be a light here, a light here, here, and here. And really quickly, I'm going to try to find the switch because someone else turned it off for me, thus allowing me not to learn where the actual trigger switch is. Ready? This is the Tron Light Cycle helmet. I like to say Tron Legacy because that's my favorite movie of them all. The ride was amazing. I'm sure I can talk about it another time. But this is the helmet. And I think it just looks fantastic. And I will set it right back where I found it, making the most pristine sitting down skills put on full display. But now we do get to those last 2 items. We have the Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber. Now, when I saw this, I had to get it. Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber is one of the sleekest and one of my favorite lightsabers in the entire series. This mostly black, interrupted by just a little hint of silver every once in a while, and then capped off by the red activation button. And this is a press on. I made the mistake at first of thinking it was a turn, because when I was in line, I wasn't able to go to the counter because I had to go make the High Republic lightsaber, and the people at the counter were testing every single lightsaber. And I had about an hour before, we got there about an hour before I was supposed to make that lightsaber. And about 10 minutes before, I was just like, I am gonna miss this appointment if I don't go. So I ended up having to go back for this, but it was well worth it because Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber is just amazing. Putting it back in its bed there, we've got one last item, and it's from the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor games. No, it is not Cal Kestis' lightsaber. This is where I'm doing this, for the culture. BD1. BD1 is your companion in the games, and he's such a cool, cute little companion to have in general. He's got one eye here, he's got a magnifying eye here. He's the one that gives you stims constantly to fix your health. And when I saw him, I knew I had to get him. Now, if only he really did perch up on my shoulder like this, that'd be pretty baller. That is it for the Disney haul. Perhaps there will be a premium outlet mall video. Let me rephrase. There will be a shoe haul video from the premium outlets in Florida, in Orlando, because I found some amazing deals. If you want to see that, go ahead and check the channel page. Maybe it's out by now. If it's not, it will be soon. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.